everyone, welcome back to an episode of Spastic Chatter. If you're new here, Spastic Chatter is a platform meant to feature those in the Cerebral Palsy community, and I get together with individuals with CP like myself to have an uncensored chat, if you will, about what it's like living with this type of disability. And for this episode, I have with me Hunter, and he is a teenage bodybuilder with a with quite a presence on social media, especially TikTok. And so I'm excited to have him on and chat with him. So I will let Hunter introduce himself, and then we will get on to the conversation. So take it away, Hunter.
Hi, my name's Hunter Moore. I'm 17 years old. I'm in high school, and I'm also a bodybuilder, and I have cerebral palsy on my left side.
Awesome. So what what got you into bodybuilding?
Um, a few years ago, whenever I was in middle school, I got picked on a lot for my disability and by other kids and stuff. And so one day I decided what it would be like if I started working out. And so I started lifting in eighth grade. And then I just started falling in love with lifting, and so I started doing it over the years throughout freshman year, and then the summer going into my sophomore year, like 2 years ago, I was 15, and one of my dad's friends reached out to me asking if I wanted to do bodybuilding, and so my dad talked to me about it, and I was really nervous at first, especially because the show was only 2 weeks away and I didn't have that much time to prepare for it, but I decided to stick through it and do it anyways. And I did the show, and after I did that first show, I fell in love with bodybuilding, and it's just gone on since then.
That's awesome. That was one of my questions I was gonna talk to you about is how bodybuilding like affects your self image. But you kind of answered that you got into it because you were being bullied and yeah. So I assume that bodybuilding has a positive impact on your self image, correct?
Yes, ma'am, it does. It's helped a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of why I have started to have a social media presence, especially a podcast, and I call it Spastic Chatter. It's because I was being made fun of by the way that I look when I talk. I get a lot of hate, especially on TikTok, because everyone's asking me why I'm crying. But like for me, the positive outweighs the negative, and I'm bringing awareness um to the type of cerebral palsy that I have. And if you can't accept me, then I don't have time for you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious when we had our introductory call, you mentioned that you were part of a study when you were a baby, correct? You want to
Yes, ma'am.
talk about that?
It's called CBR, and it stands for cord blood registry, and they did a they I got my first stem cell infusion when I was right when I was about 3.5 years old at Duke University, and side. And before that, I could barely talk, and I couldn't walk at all. And then once after they did that, my parents said about like a couple weeks later to a month later, they started noticing I was vocalizing more and I was talking more.
Yeah.
And then I was even starting to be able to push myself up and like sort of walk. And so after that, my dad decided to get these like these straps that he would strap on my leg, and he would help strengthen my leg and try to like walk with me every night. And then my second cord blood infusion.
One day I was probably talking to him and walked over to me on their own.
hmm
Yeah.
And then I started walking after the second one, or after the first one, after a while for the first time. I walked to my dad by myself. And then I got my second cord blood infusion after my dad got back from Iraq because he was in the military. And after that, it's just gotten better and better, honestly, in my opinion.
Awesome. And I didn't know that they're raising a future bodybuilders. So that's awesome. So
Thank you.
walk me through like your kind of like your workout routine. Like, do you have like like do you have a certain like routine that you follow? Like walk me through that.
Yes, ma'am. So I call it my gym split, and so I do back one day, which is my back muscles, and then I'll do chest muscles one day, and then I'll do my arms, which is like my full arm, and it's um biceps, triceps, forearms, and shoulders. And then my other day I do legs, and some of the exercises I do on back day is lat pull downs, and I'm actually able to use my left arm. I have a lifting strap that I'll use, and it basically allows me to like strap. I put the strap on and I'll strap it to the bar, and it allows me to grip the bar with my left hand. And so I'll do exercises. That's how I do exercises with my left arm. Is so I basically force it and make it work out. And then on chest day, I'll get like a wrist strap to keep my left wrist straight so it doesn't curl. And so I'll put it on the bar, and since I have that wrist strap, it keeps it straight in order to help me press.
That's awesome. So do you have any rest days, or you just go?
I took about a 2 month break, like a month ago to give my body time to rest, but other than that, not really. I'm more just a go. Well,
So does it have like a positive or a negative effect on your body when you're just like go?
sometimes I'm sore, but like on my affected side, I honestly think that ever since I've started working out my left arm and like my left side, the affected side, it's almost like I've gotten more movement and control on my side that's affected with cerebral palsy.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cause I recently started working out again, like standing and everything because for those of you that don't know, I went from I like Hunter, I did a, I guess it's not a study, but I had a medical procedure that a back foot pump, and I went from having to rely on a caregiver to do everything for me to being almost completely independent, doing everything by myself. And I was around Hunter's age when I had this procedure, and I was very physically fit. And then I kind of fell off for the past year, and I've lost a lot of muscle. But I've been standing every day for like the past. Well, I just started it like 10 days ago. But I've gradually increased it to where I can stand for a minute 15 seconds at the bar, and I haven't felt getting out of bed, and tomorrow will be 10 days. So now that I say this, hopefully I don't fall tomorrow. But but it's the small things that I like to celebrate, like because for like an able-bodied person, a minute 15 is like nothing. But for me, who's I sit in a power wheelchair all day, like that's like a very good accomplishment, considering that I went a year without working out. So, what does your diet look like? Your bodybuilder is a lot. I know that I have to eat a lot of protein, or I can't function if I don't eat a lot of protein. And people don't get that, but I'm like, my body is constantly like exerting energy, so the protein helps. Does protein help? Like, are you on a high protein diet as well?
So right now, since I call it like the bulk where you gain weight, since I'm not in show for or like in competition like right now, I don't have one coming up for a little bit, so I don't have to diet that well. But whenever I am on like getting ready for a show, I have a diet that I have to stick to, which is lots of proteins, and then my trainer kind of like cuts out my carbs. So I only eat one carb a day, which is usually after I work out so I can fuel my body. And then I also eat um lots of greens like spinach, and green beans and asparagus.
It's cool. So you have a trainer that helps you.
Yes, ma'am. I have a bodybuilding like coach slash trainer. She's my nutritionist, which she does my diets, and she also comes up with my workouts too.
Does she help you adapt your workouts, or do you do that on your own?
Yes, ma'am. She does help me.
That's awesome. Oh, are you the first person with cerebral palsy, or with a disability that she's helped?
Yes, ma'am. She coaches. She's done really well in bodybuilding when she used to compete, and so she just does coaching now. But I'm the first person that she's coached that has a disability.
That's cool. So you're paving the way for a lot. So
Yes, ma'am.
so now so now if there's another person that comes and has a disability, she'll have some kind of a she'll have some kind of insight on how to help them if necessary. That's
Yes,
all.
ma'am.
That's awesome. Let's see. Is there anything that I haven't touched on that you want to talk about?
Mhm. What do you think?
Burn my dad.
Well, you know, one thing about what his body goes
I can't really hear dad.
like impressive to watch the self-image change with him. He walks in the gym first, and people kind of look at him a little strange because he's got the limp and got the arm. But once he starts lifting, they're amazed because he can outlift the average person his age without cerebral palsy. His deadlift was what, 450?
Yeah.
450 pounds. And when you think about the fact that the left arm is just strapped to the bar, that's really doing it all with one arm and maybe a 10%.
Oh, that brings me to a good point. Is that I only have I only have function of this of my right arm, and these two fingers. I can lift my entire. People are amazed because I can lift my entire body weight with just my one arm. With just my one arm. So
Yeah.
so like that's all I've ever known. I haven't had the I haven't had the opportunity to work out with both arms. So like I always do everything with my right arm. That's normal for me. But when people see me do it, they like freak out. I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh wait, this is it. I forget that it's not normal for them. Yeah.
I know, and it's amazing as with Hunter. I did 30 years in the military, so pull ups was huge for the military man and woman. I had soldiers that could not do more than 6, 8, 12. He can go in there and strap his left arm to the bar and do 20 plus. And it's mainly with his right arm, but you can't tell it. So I am very impressed as a father. And to watch him do normal bench press with 185 pounds, both arms, is just really impressive. It changes the whole outlook of what people think about when they see her. And if you ever get a chance to go on his TikTok and see that young man gets on that stage, he is confident and he's ready to take on the world. No fear whatsoever.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that kind of talk about your support system. What other support systems do you have besides your parents? Like, does your do you have like a support like are your friends like are your friends like your major support system when it comes to like your when you're like working out and like how was
Yeah.
that?
So I have a lot of friends that are really supportive of it, and a few of them still work out as well. And I also have a girlfriend, and she's very, very supportive. I love her so much. She's actually like very supportive of me, and she's always there for me. And my friends as well. There's some of them that actually go to the gym with me after school every day, and they'll always help me if I need help with something, or I'll help them if they need help. And just everyone's always really supportive.
Awesome. So does your girlfriend work out with you?
Sometimes, yes, ma'am. She plays golf, so she most of the time practice golf.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
I'm just kind of being sorry. I'm just kind of being sarcastic, because my boyfriend and I like we work out together. We have two different types of disabilities, so I'm always on his. I'm always on him about working out. Like make sure you do this, make sure you do that. So yes. But a great support system is always is one of the key factors of keeping your mind right, keeping you focused. So what's the next venture for you, Hunter?
I have a bodybuilding competition coming up, July 5th. And so starting, I think April 1st, I'm gonna start dieting and cutting and getting ready for that competition.
One thing that
Oh, really? That's cool.
is
I
one of
said,
his major support,
I can't hear you.
one of his major support systems is his bodybuilding group. He competes in the International Natural Bodybuilding Association, and they all fully support him. And it's just phenomenal to see the type of support that they give and rally around him.
That's awesome. That's very cool. Um, so so I'm curious. Do you have or I'll kind of wrap it up. But do you have any advice for the for someone that's watching this that wants to become a bodybuilder?
Um, I just want to say to like anyone that has a disability or even normal people, if you have setbacks or if something sets you back, like say your disability and you think you can't do it, or like people will tell you you can't, prove them wrong. That's one of my favorite sayings is to prove them wrong. Like I've had so many people tell me I can't do this or that, and I go out there and do it anyways. And so just that if anyone tells you you can or can't do something, do it anyways. Prove them wrong and never give up.
So I live by the quote, perseverance. The harder the or I'm gonna get it wrong. Perseverance. The harder the obstacle, the more glory it is in overcoming it. So that that's a that that's a good. I think that's a good way to end this episode and like to sum everything up. And thank you, Hunter, for being a guest on Spastic Chatter. I really enjoyed talking with you. And if you're watching this and want to be a guest, feel free to reach out to me wherever you see this video. And thanks. And
Thank you so much.
yeah.